Okay, welcome everybody to this full moon reading. Welcome to EBINOTTIintuition and welcome to this reading. So we're doing the full moon readings if you're watching this when they come out at the end of March. So the full moon is in Virgo right now. We are also in the spring equinox. It is the 20th today. This full moon effect has really hit some of us. I tend to get the full moons pretty early. But some of us are going through it just now with the spring equinox coming and with everything going on in our lives, in the world. It's very much so that transition feeling. So we're moving from Pisces season into Aries season. This is the collective consciousness reading of the ether element. So the ether is where it's the 5D, it's the spiritual realm. It's where we are all connected to something beyond us, something deeper. It's the connections between us. It's how they say that when something is invented in the world, in that moment that it popped up into consciousness, it probably popped up into 5, 6 other people's consciousness at the world at that exact same time. It never happens to just one person. So in this way, we like to look at the elements in a way that we can all get on the same page, the way that we're all struggling with some of the same issues and maybe how it's affecting us differently. Okay, so please subscribe if you're not subscribed already. If at any point you're liking this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. A couple of my nails busted off and I didn't want to fix them before I did the readings just because they take so long, and I really wanted to get these readings done and out for you guys. I have something special coming for the spring equinox that I want to get out tonight, and that means the full moon readings have to be done. So forgive my little janky nails because they will be better. Other than all the usual business stuff, anything that you need from me, you will likely find down in the description box, whether it's the decks that I'm using, how to get a hold of me for personal readings, other places that Ebinotti is online where you can find more content, different content, that kind of thing. If I forget anything, or if you have any questions, or if you just want to say hi, please leave it in the comment section. I'd be so happy to hear from you. I'd love to hear how you're dealing with the full moon, how you're going through it right now. Even like if you want a pen palette and just send me an email, you go right ahead and do that. I would love to hear your story. So if you're new here, we're going to do a 5-card spread and we're going to clarify it with 5 cards. That's going to be the tarot. We're also going to start off with a couple of oracle cards. This is the Shadow and Light Oracle and the Crow Tarot. I also wanted to bring in with the oracle cards that we put up here, a couple of Starseed cards. So we're going to get into some of the wisdom for spiritual growth. This Starseed deck I haven't used in quite a while. I haven't even pulled it out in a while, and I was immediately drawn to it for this. So we're going to see what these messages have to say as well. In terms of personal readings, quick picks are available. That's what we're going to see here today. Typically they're 15-20 minutes long, and when you pay for them, that's what you get. The extended readings of 30 minutes and 60 minutes are also available if you want to deep dive into anything or get more of an in-depth general reading for yourself, whether you have a focused question or you want to see a general layout based on some emails that we send back and forth before we proceed with your reading. I'll kind of get a feel for what kind of spread you need and we'll go from there. These are pre-recorded readings, so after we have all our discussions, payments are made, I do a reading for you and you get a private link. That is a link that nobody else can see, just you. You can share the link with anybody that you feel. And you can watch that reading over and over and over again. So that's what's so amazing about online readings. It's what I personally love about them, is that you can refer to that reading again and again throughout the year, throughout the season. Watch it 3 times in a row instead of just that one. Like when you sit and do a one-on-one reading with somebody, you only get that moment, to record it. And to have that played back for you over and over is just, to me, so valuable. The pandemic is pretty much over, but I'm still doing 50% off all readings online. So they're typically a little bit more expensive than in-person readings because a lot more work goes into it, uploading, storage, all that. And right now the readings are 50% off. So they cost as much as they do in real life. Just let me know, hit me up if you want to get down with that. I feel like there's some personal readings coming and I'm really excited about it. So very much so a personal thing. I also highly encourage people to pick up their own decks and to learn tarot themselves, or oracle cards, or pick 1 card a day and learn it. You can get quite a lot out of your own readings if you grab cards, if you're interested. If not, that's what I'm here for, right? So let's get right into this. We're going to start off with our oracle cards. Okay, we're going take that one. The Angel of Time, card number 40. Working too hard. Look at this. This is about time management. It's so interesting because in a lot of ways, I feel the frustration in your timeline. I can feel that frustration. It's very much so something we're all feeling right now, confused by time, frustrated with time, not enough time, too much fucking time. It's, you know, there's this feeling of, especially if you're working too hard, if you are one of the people that's putting out more than you're receiving right now, you have a serious imbalance in your life. And in numerology, the number 4 really is about 4 stable corners, 4 balanced corners that can hold the weight of a structure. Okay, so that's our first card out. Let's get our last oracle card. So quiet all of a sudden. I just realized there was a guy doing construction outside of my street, and it's very quiet all of a sudden. Even my house is so quiet right now. There's all kinds of people. Ooh, there it is. Okay. And on the bottom, the Dried Flower Fairy, Sweet Memories, card number 11. Little master number there for us. Oh, there's 2. Okay, then. So let's see what we got. Amara the Menahoon. This came out in another reading and I can't remember which one. So if you're drawn to other readings, elementals for this full moon cycle, I highly recommend you check those out. Aloha Healing. This feels very earthy, very spiritual, very connected to the community, to the ancestors, to the beliefs and the values, the core values of the group. Pink Lotus Fairy. Card number 43, A Time for Spirit. Look at that, coming out together. So this really is speaking to us about, as opposed to working too hard for the man, for the system, for the dollar, for the roof over your head, for the 3D logistical basic life survival things, this is very much so getting connected to the spirit, you know, getting back to the core beliefs, even outside of the spiritual realm. This is very much so getting practical and logical in a faith-driven way. Okay, so you might have been working so hard on getting your life put together in a structured way for yourself, you know, even if it's not part of the system and part of the bullshit and the usual rat race, day to day, Monday to Friday. You're doing this in a logical way, but you're not balancing it out here. You need some serious healing coming in. You need a moment. This is so simple to do if you can get there mentally, if you can get there emotionally. Okay, let's see. Now I know why I pulled. I want to see both of these. Nope, not quite. Before I pulled, now I know why I pulled the Starseed cards for sure, because this is obviously going to be something where it's time to get connected to something a little bit more in depth. What I love about the overall message on the bottom of the deck, the sweet memories, the dried flower fairy, it's like the things in your life that have a sweetness to them. It might not bring you in the cash you need or, you know, check the boxes necessarily, but it brings you a lot of very, I'm trying to put words to this feeling, very down to earth, very grounded. It makes you look how grounded this energy is with the lotus. It's very earthy. It's very grounded over here. And I love that because this feels very fiery, very intense, very Aries energy. We're going into Aries season, right? Like it literally is with the spring equinox, the final days of the end of the zodiac. And then we start all over again in this new cycle. But the fire energy can kick our fucking asses sometimes because, you know, you need to have that balance with earth especially and water, you know, to keep you grounded, to keep you energetically, like if you're outputting a lot of fire energy, dominance, logical, practical action, then you need to be replenishing in a very deep, connected, and serious way. Like, so whether that means taking care of yourself physically, health, mentally, you know, everybody's different. Some people are super spiritual and some people aren't, you know, and that's fine because spiritual can mean connected to your body, can mean doing the things that you feel good about, you know, when you work out, when you are on your routine. Routines are very important for some people like that, where it's like, ba, 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 you know, when you feel so fucking good because you're just getting shit done, you know? Moms, that feels like super mom energy, you know? Okay, let's get these two. I love these cards too because I know you can't see the tops because I'm shuffling the way I am, but each of these cards has a different piece of art on it for the message specifically. So we'll give you a little look at that when we get these two cards out. It's been a little hot minute since I've touched these cards, so I can tell they just kind of want to hang out and be part of this reading right now. The star seeds. Shout out to the star seeds out there. You know, all those indigo children that y'all are having right now, they're going to be the future, I tell ya. They're going to be the ones, man. It's funny because when we were young, we thought it was us, right? And then the world changed. Something happened. You know, the world became a spiritual place. The ether became the here and the now, and we all felt it. It's like all of a sudden nothing human around us was bigger than us. And it was maybe not what we expected, you know, the world to be, and the truths that we found. And we're going to take that one. Meditation. Yes. Take a moment to connect to source through quiet, reflective meditation. I love that. I love that. And look at that. Let me get you a good there. Lovely. Lovely. Especially when it comes to working too hard, meditation is like the hardest. When you're in that logical, get it done, go to work, bang, bang, bang. Meditation is like sit in a dark room and in silence. You know what I mean? And that's the opposite. Those are opposite energies to me, and which is saying the extremes. I can feel the extremes of your life right now, how on one side of things, maybe, you know, you can get connected and you can have fun and you can be in tune, but on the other side of it, it's like the necessity to keep working hard isn't going away. You know, you don't have the support, or you don't have the people, or you don't have the resources that you need to slow down and meditate and just get zen and get grounded, but that's what you need. You know what I mean? It's kind of a catch-22. It's funny that way, isn't it? How life goes. The exact thing that you feel like you don't have the time to do is the thing that you need to do to get the things that you're working too hard towards. It's like you're pushing right now instead of allowing right now. So very much so a time of reflection and relaxation, and yep, there it is. Okay, the blue flame. Connect to the blue flame, which is the light of pure love within you. I love the color blue, as I'm sure you can tell. Blue is my favorite color, hands down. As a Pisces, whether you're a water sign or not, a Pisces or not, we are in Pisces season. We are finishing it out. I mean, when it comes to the intensity and the intuition of getting spiritual, it's not God source, you know, like source energy. Love is the simplest way to put that. It's more than the love for ourselves or the love for another. It's like the love for the species, the love for your existence. It feels so deep. I almost can't even like put words to this. It just feels like you can connect very deeply. You know, like if you're not a spiritual person, they call this the flow state. Do you know what I'm talking about? That deep kind of state where you are in action, but you're also comfortable and capable and performing at your highest level with seemingly the minimalist of effort. You might be working very hard and outputting maximum effort, but it feels effortless. You know what I mean? There's a simplicity to the kind of connection that's required from you right now. Dreams, the universe speaks to you through your dreams. So I'm assuming you've been having some really intense dreams lately. Let's get straight into this reading with the tarot. Oops, sorry, I bumped you. We're 15 minutes in, okay. Okay, so when it comes to your connection, I feel like you're tapping into some very archaic wisdom here, like the Akashic records kind of thing. It's your purpose, your past life experience, or the knowledge that's available to you in this lifetime. Whether you feel that you know these things or not, you have these skills on hand. And I think that's going to be really important for you moving forward. So the thing about meditation, it's a word, right? Like that we use, but it can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. So the thing about meditation that I find really special is the quietness of the moment. You can find that stillness and that alignment and that knowing just by taking a deep breath in a really like high intensity environment. That can be how you're bringing in meditation right now, because it's laying over working too hard. So it's like you don't want to stop the production of what you're doing, but you do need to find a way to control your state in a better way, like in a higher, more advanced kind of way. So this is kind of the next fun skill or fun thing that you get to play with spiritually, or in this sort of quantum realm that is the ether. Connecting to blue flames. So let's talk about that for a second. The source that you tap into can be God source, can be like from a religious standpoint. It can be from the earth, you know, like a more pagan standpoint, or native, like an aboriginal standpoint. It can also be from something that you create out of your own version of love. So the blue flame to me is like a truth energy, and it can be independent from being to being. So you can create for yourself sort of like a safe space within your dream state, right? Like there's your waking state where you're walking around, you're getting shit done, you're working, and you're like, okay, take a deep breath, or implementing little things for yourself to become more centered, to be more in control. Cool. And then in like the spiritual realm, when you really are sort of connecting deeply to yourself, you can use your own personal sort of anything that you can create a ritual around. You can start doing that. You know what I mean? You have this power right now within you. It feels sort of like witchy, which is really cool. But for others of you, it's very quantum. Like I'm more of a quantum person than I am sort of witchy, but you could say I fall right in the middle. You can use this power on a less spiritual level and a more, like, you can put more logic into this. Do you see what I'm saying? You can explore this same subject from very different angles now in your life. And what we're really talking about here is power. Your ability to control yourself and to wield your energy. That's what it really comes down to. You want to sort of be a bit psychic in your life and be able to predict some things and really have like a bird's eye view, I feel like, on society right now. You want to tap into maybe some knowing. It feels not psychic. It feels like predicting trends almost. Like I do fashion stuff, right? So it would be like predicting a trend, making smart business moves. It's like knowing the right career, knowing the right path to take based on what's coming in the future. Look at that. So we've been in some places, you know, with the Six of Swords here. We've been in some pretty intense places over the last year or two. And this is finally where we're achieving calmer waters. You know what I mean? I feel like the reason working too hard and meditation and all this is coming up for you right now is because you don't need to work as hard as you're working. It's not as bad as it was. You know, your reasons for moving forward and wanting to continue that output and continue, you know, to push comes from very legitimate reasons, but the time has changed. The time has shifted. Like if you could meditate, if you could tap into your dreams and really get aligned with what they're telling you, then they would tell you to relax. You are well taken care of right now. This very much so is ancestral protection and healing. So there's no need to freak out. It's just, you know, especially earth signs and super logical, you know, Aries, those kind of people, it's very difficult to slow down. But like, it's not that you burn out or anything, or that that's even on the table right now. It's just, you don't need to be as stressed about these things, especially mentally. So mentally getting to a calmer state comes first, right? And then, ooh, the Queen of Wands. Okay, so I need a little bit here to be confident. I need to sort of, it feels like playing the role in a lot of ways. Like, yes, you have to be the leader for your, you know, the role model for the children, or you got to blah, 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 all those hats that we wear. But this is personal. This is going deep here. It's like through your meditative state and your faith and connection to spirit, to, you know, where you really draw your power from, you would be getting this is something that's available to you. But whether or not you're feeling this way, 50-50, right? So Queen of Wands, extremely powerful, shines very, very bright, not in a cruel way unless she's in her shadow. So this kind of energy feels like it's coming out of shadow now, whereas the fire has been sort of more shadow based, more feisty, fighting, defending kind of energy. It's like we're dropping the defenses here, and now we're using this energy to lift others, you know, where females get together and they feel amazing because they feel powerful around each other, and they take care of each other, and they really, you know, speak to each other in that kind of way where it's building people up. That's the transition that's happening right now. Working too hard is like on everything, in every aspect. You need to kick back a little bit here and just mentally let things kind of slide. Let's get the central energy. And that one went like flying, so let me find it. Okay, what do we got? Yeah, that's funny. Coming into this, Six of Cups. Coming into this reading, I was very much so feeling this energy of from the past, you know, like a lot of things, people, friends, memories of the past, like sweet memories here too. You know, those old friendships, the connections you had, where things went bad, how things fell apart, you know, meditating and really thinking on these things in healthy ways. So taking the time, because you might be hearing from people or seeing people, you know, with the pandemic, people are moving around in places they never expected to be again, or, you know, you could be feeling a lot of, I know this is coming up a lot in the shadow, like in the ethers for sure. The dream space is probably going just fucking crazy right now for you, because there's so much healing. There's so much that needs to really be thought out and understood, but mentally we're just getting there. You know, it's been a long process getting here, so let's keep going. Yeah. Same old road, you know, it's... Ooh, okay, I'm going to take all of those. And on the bottom, the Two of Cups. Ooh. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune next. Fated and destined moment coming. And to finish off our first line, the Page of Swords. That's the message. Especially with the Two of Cups on the bottom, and then the King of Cups here is going to be our first clarifier under the Six of Swords. Okay, so before we start over and get into that, let's keep going here. What is happening next for you is completely fated. It is completely part of your destiny. It's like if we walk a path in life, then there are certain points on that path where you're gonna be, no matter what. Who shows up there is kind of up to you, right? So working too hard, a little need to relax right now because of what's going on. This is out of your control. You don't get any say in these moments. It's like the shadow work, the inner child trauma, that kind of work, that comes up throughout our lives so that we can grow and be prepared for what we're meant to do, what we really want to do in our lives. That's what this is all about, right? So definitely a fated and destined moment coming up for you. A lot of things resurfacing, old traumas, old flames, that kind of thing. Here's the messenger, Page of Swords, you know, incoming. We started with some swift moving air energy, and we're finishing off with that same energy because here it comes. This is the beginning. This is the fresh start. This is the, you know, the shift where the needle turns in some dynamic of your life, a relationship, a friendship, that kind of thing. I love it. Starting back at the beginning here, I'm going to get my hands out of the way. I just want to see these next two. because we have the King of Cups coming out, and I'm like, ooh, okay, I was really feeling Messenger off Page of Swords, and I'm wondering if that's what really smooths something out for you in your life, is a relationship, like a connection gets sorted, and there they are. So let's see what they are. Another Messenger, the Page of Cups. I love it. This is going to make you feel so good. And then centrally, wow, the Magician. When I was shuffling for you, because I have a mirror up here, like behind all this stuff is a mirror, a big mirror. And the Magician popped out like 4 times. Like, I just kept seeing it. And I wasn't really paying, I never pay attention when I'm like cutting the deck, when I'm shuffling. So it just kept popping out. And I was like, that's interesting. And here it is. Central energy. You know, you're manifesting the creation energy, the power that you have to show up to certain path, like those huge life moments on your path. The power you have to become right now is unfucking deniable. You can definitely create for you some fluid connections, the kind of connections which are really deep and emotionally driven, the kind of people that are hard to forget in your lifetime. I'm gonna have a little sip of my coffee. Cheers to you. I definitely feel somebody in your life here. This feels very masculine. I felt masculine off the Page of Swords, which definitely doesn't always happen for me as a reader. But this kind of energy is masculine, and the balance here, because I'm always reading sort of from the feminine perspective. I talk about Ebinotti as very a feminine energy, the feminine angle, okay? So here this feels very masculine in the sense that it's balanced. So whether or not you have people, you know, you have connections in your life where you're hoping people come back from the past, or you'd love to sort out some connections, or maybe people haven't completely faded off for you, or you're kind of going through this on your own and you're just getting really deeply connected to your ancestors, your past lives, your spiritual gifts, and why you're here, because I can definitely feel some people out there that pick up cards. You know what I mean? I can feel the part of you that is very powerful and very capable in the same way that I am doing this here for you. So curious to see where you go on that one. You know, I want you to know that the support and the balance that you're needing is coming from your masculine side. A lot of us have powerful females have really toxic masculine energy that we don't realize, that comes from abandonment, daddy issues, so many different things, past lovers, you know, that we perpetuate. And it's so hard to realize that in yourself, but it's so true. You know, like the toxic lover can so much so be ourselves. So this is I love to see this balance, this youthful, fun, free-spirited. It's very playful and very confident and vibrant and just so beautiful with it. So I'm loving this energy here as a whole to move forward with. How amazing is the Magician showing up centrally right now? I tell you, your dreams, your manifesting abilities, your power to create magic right now is through the roof. So I want to see what the fates have for you here, and then what this messenger has to say before we finish this message off, and see what this Magician is really all about. He came as like, yeah, you're not gonna know. You're not gonna know. I see the 33 peeking here, so I want to know what she is. The Dress of Alchemy. Oh, release your power. Amazing. That's literally 2 master numbers, card number 11 and card number I know you want to see it. Okay, I'm showing you. And then I'll show you who came under them, because we have to talk about them too. Look at that. Master numbers on master numbers, baby. Release your power. And underneath it, the power of 3. Shut the front door. The 3 witchy sisters, card number 9. The 3 sisters of fate is how I usually describe the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so it doesn't get much more connected than that, guys. That is called synchronicity right there. And I feel like there's a lot of signs showing you things in your life right now, but no matter how much numerology you're seeing, 11, 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 2, all that stuff on the clock, This is not something that you're going to know before it happens. You're not going to get to see this one, no matter how, especially because I can feel something in you, the strength of your intuition, how deeply connected you are to the spiritual realms. And when you take the time to meditate, how much comes through your dreams, your dream space, that sort of divine consciousness within you. This is something behind the veil. This is the kind of destiny that is life-changing. You know what I mean? We're going to get the message, like a message here. So we're going to get that, but that's it. That's all they're going to give you for this one, because when it comes to it, it's like faith is really about not knowing. And when you think of all the things that have been fated for some people to happen in history, there's no way they could have made different choices, yet they ended up in that place at that time. How ironic. That's what this feels like. It's like, whoa. I'm getting major apocalypse vibes off of this too, because the world is in like such a crazy place right now. This is the ethers, you know? What's available and capable from the ethers is always like every possibility. Ooh, okay. The 10 of Wands. Major fire energy here. What I like about this is the ending of this kind of a cycle. So the need to work so hard, this is a huge life change for you, because this is what you're used to. You like how they're both carrying something? The Page of Swords is carrying the sword, and then this one is carrying, do you see what I'm saying? It's like, okay, so you've been alone for a really long time. Not just alone, oh my God, I'm gonna make you cry, and I'm so sorry, I can feel it. You've been alone for a really, really long time. And I can feel what's coming for you, because I don't feel that way anymore. And I know what's coming for you. And I am so excited for you, because this is going to be so impactful in your life. There's something coming for you right now that really is going to change the way that you feel about carrying the burdens in your life, whether those are knowings, carrying these truths alone. You become part of a community, you start something that makes a difference, you find a partner, like a true partner. It's so deep, like that immediately like hit me and got me so emotional. The central energy of 1, major arcana, and the final energy of 10. Do you see what you're going towards here? This cycle here is going to lead into this cycle being all cleaned up and beautiful. So here's what I mean by that. These are people in your life. These are connections in your life. Your connection to yourself, your connection to your divine masculine, and the inner child. So we have feminine, masculine, shadow, inner child, all that energy here, healed, moving into a safe place, a shiny, beautiful, feminine, like feline, catty kind of place. So just beautiful with it. And then the masculine, aligning all of the emotions. That is the sexiest shit in the world, when you get some fire, some real divine masculine energy, and it's in tune with its emotions. It is the master. Then you can really play. So wow. Wow. I'm gonna have another sip of my coffee. Cheers to you. If you guys ever want to know like my coffee recipes and stuff like that, over on the beauty channel, I share like in my little vlogs, like recipes I'm loving, the way I make my coffee, like all that kind of stuff. I definitely love vlogging for that. I love watching vlogs. So fun. Okay. So here, the moon beside the 10 of Wands really gives me this heavy feeling of you're perceiving some of the harshest things that have happened in the last 6 months as your fault in some way, and you're like, the fuck I am, he fucking, they fucking, that, I get it, but you're spiritually carrying these burdens alone. And that's what's so interesting, because fate is about to show you, as the flame goes out, the ending of that fire cycle. Okay, the ending, and you light a new candle, you burn a new flame, because fate is about to show you exactly what you've got going in your life and who these people really are, not in a bad way. People are going to impress you left, right, and center, because you're not alone. And you being who and what you are make people step their game up. That's the truth of it. People strive to be better when they look at you. And that's something that, again, I'm gonna, like, I can feel you wanting to cry. There's going to be some really, really beautiful connections coming in your life right now, and it's going to give you the power to move forward. You know what I mean? You have done it alone for so long. The amount of people coming in to fill your cup right now, the universe is going to show you 1, 10, 10, 6, 6. Like, I'm just seeing it all now all of a sudden, right? Okay, bottom of the deck. Yeah, woo! Fuck yeah. Let's put that right there. Because if you're going to manifest anything that you value, deserve, and need closure on from the past, it's going to be something you can hold in your hands. We're talking ether, but we need to bring consciousness. We need to bring things into consciousness. You know, all of these, it's lovely to know that you're valuable, but if you can't pay your bills, then that's, you know, you're going to have to continue working too hard in the 3D. So this is the cycle that's ending for you. You really truly are moving into a new 3D cycle, and it's because the ether, and the ethers are trying, you know, your spirit team, whatever you rely on spiritually, the quantum realm is really guiding you right now because this is a fated moment. So you're moving, no matter which way you look at it, forward and out of a huge cycle that has been, you know, check that box because you learned the lessons, you did the work, okay, great. Let's put you to better use. That's kind of how it feels from a spiritual peer kind of standpoint. Let's put you to better use. You could be of so much more use to people over here. That's how it feels. So if in any way you can slow down when it comes to work, do that. If not, find ways to make your routines healthier. Do you know what I mean? To find that meditative space so that you conquer, like the Queen of Wands does. It's like to balance your emotions is, you know, everybody's going to be challenged by that for the rest of their lives. We're all where we are with it, but to be able to output power the way that you do without being depleted, that's what needs to be done here. So, you know, no longer mentally feeling alone in it. That's the transition. And who and what and the messages, anybody's guess. Yeah, it's definitely going to be something that makes you feel valuable, because when you're alone in it right now, you're not feeling your highest potential. Somebody's going to come in and show you what that looks like. I love it. Thank you so much for hanging out. I really hope you got the most out of this. That is the full moon readings. Boom, boom, done. You can expect these every 2 weeks on the full moon and the new moon cycles. We'll be doing the same 5 elements, the same kind of spread. The cards change, the messenger doesn't, okay? Anything you need from me, you know the usual. Check the description box, hit me up, emails, socials, all that stuff is linked down below. If I ever forget or you need something, just leave it in the comments. What? There's something else. I can feel it. What is it? I'll sip and just look around because I can tell there's one more. Got it. Okay, intuition, trust your intuition. It's been guiding you to the answers that you seek, of course. And 2 little witches, magical space clearing time. I love this. I love the mirroring in this energy. 2 little witches, magical space clearing time, card number 30. Yep, so you can spend time with your twins right now, you know, with the people that really are soulmate spiritually, like, boom. You see how in the Queen of Wands, there's the 2 of them? It's that energy, the powerful feminine energy coming together, yes, but trust your intuition, because you may be seeking answers that you are not gonna get. Do you understand? Spiritually, it's like a spanking. They're like, no, that is not the lesson. The lesson is faith. The lesson is, you know, guidance. That's wildly annoying. I'm so sorry. That was there the whole time. I will fix that for the next one. This is very much so a 3D. 3D, new beginning in the 3 dimensions, so I wouldn't worry too much about all those things. You know, definitely have faith, you know, trust your intuition, manifest, manifest, manifest. Don't manifest out of fear, because there's no need. You're extremely powerful. You know how capable you are. No matter what the fuck happens next, you are capable of it. So allow. Why are you so fucking bad at allowing? You know? No shade. I'm speaking to all of us here. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really hope you got the most out of this, and I will see you on your next reading.